I welcome you all for day 4, session 8 of the online FDP. So today's session, 8th session is AI in healthcare. And today we have got a speaker from industry, Miss Sonal Sarda madam. Miss Sonal Sarda madam is a freelance corporate trainer and consultant with proven expertise in cloud technologies, also in Linux, AIX, and Unix. She is recognized as an AWS authorized instructor champion with 10 AWS certificates alongside Linux and AIX credentials. She had delivered 1,000 plus corporate trainings for leading giants across geographies, consistently achieving outstanding CSAT score of 4.8 out of 5. She specialized in delivering AWS trainings across diverse domains, including AI/ML certification programs and mentoring professionals in their AI/ML journey. Without wasting much of the time, I request Ms. Sonal Sarda madam to share or to start the session. Welcome, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the introduction. So let me share my screen.
Sonal. Welcome.
Hello, ma'am.
Welcome.
So I'm just turning on my camera to say hi to all. And I'll just turn it off after some time because want to save some bandwidth. Everyone is working from home. It's a working day. So hi all. Can I get some smileys here?
Yes.
Maybe emojis. Let me see how many of you are there in front of the system.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, madam.
Hello. Good to see. Good to connect with you all. How about participants? We have 123 participants. At least I can expect 100 plus smileys emoji. Guys, just give you a quick click on the emoji. Let's see. Are the participants sleeping? You're not supposed to sleep. You're all faculties, right? So set an example.
Here, ma'am.
Okay, we are supposed to set an example for our students, right? Okay, great. Good. Thank you so much. Thanks. So let me share my screen quickly. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen. Can I get a quick confirmation if I'm audible loud and clear and you can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
okay, great. Thank you so much. So good evening all. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's workshop on AI in healthcare. I'm super excited to explore with you how technology is reshaping the way we look at healthcare, right? So I'm Sonal and I'm a lifelong learner. I have learned all these international certifications in my learning journey, and super excited to share my knowledge here with all of you. I'm not a healthcare professional, so but yeah, definitely I am a technology expert. So trying to blend the technology with the healthcare through this workshop. So let's see how it goes on. Okay, so before we proceed, I would want all of you take out your phone. Quickly take out your phone and I'll present something on the screen. I want all of you to join this Slido. You can scan the QR code to join, or you can go to slido.com and you can type this number. Joining number. Okay, so quickly join. I can see the participants joining in here. If in case any issues, let me know. It's very simple activity. We'll just do a poll. We'll start with a poll and then we'll move ahead with the agenda. Okay, great. So you can see people joining here. You can see the names. It's a fun activity. So it's just a poll. Your name won't be revealed in the poll. So without hesitant, you can just join the Slido, guys. Then we have a quick, take out your phone, just click on the camera and scan the QR code. It's as simple, and in just few seconds, you'll be joined. Ma'am, just mark the attendance as whatever names you can see here. If you make that as a mandatory for faculties, I believe all will join quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 16 joined out of 121, excluding me, it's 120. It's a very good tool. Maybe you can incorporate this in your teaching also. So, but if you just join, you'll understand how good this tool is. Anybody used this tool before?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Okay.
used.
Okay, good. So I guess I have to flash the question now. So the first poll question is coming on your screen. Give me a second. Let me go to Slido. So the first question on your screen, there is no right or wrong answer, but there is a time limit, 50 seconds. So now 40 seconds left out. Okay, so I got the response from 20, and that was much expected. See, the question was, imagine you are admitted to a hospital where everything runs on an AI, right from diagnosing a disease to discharge. How would you feel, excited or nervous? So majority of you feel that you feel nervous, 70%, right? So how are we going to incorporate AI, guys, in our healthcare? That is the topic of discussion for today's workshop, isn't it? But yeah, that gives me an opportunity to convert your nervousness to an excitement. By the time I finish my workshop, I'm sure I should be able to convert your nervousness into an excitement, right? You know, AI is like a knife, which we can use for cutting vegetables to feed ourselves or cutting the throat, right? So it's like a knife. So you have to understand how to use it. A responsible AI, you must have heard about it, right? So how to use it, that is something which is very important to understand when we use AI in any industry, not just for healthcare industry. Okay, great. So with this poll, with this input, I would like to highlight the agenda. Let me just minimize this. So the agenda, and just a minute. Okay. Okay, so this is the agenda, what I planned for. So we will start with what is healthcare to understand where the healthcare industry stand today. Okay, so what is how much of revenue is generating from healthcare and what exactly, how big is the industry. Let's understand that. Then we'll discuss about some of the healthcare challenges. It is not possible to discuss in this small duration healthcare challenges because it's a very vast and complex industry. So some of the challenges I have highlighted here in my presentation, and how we can use AI to deal with these challenges. And then how cloud can help us in this. So why AWS, the value proposition of AWS, the various compliance and standards supported by AWS, various healthcare services which are provided by AWS, case study, and I've planned a small demo. And if time permit, I would like to go to next step, AI in organ transplantation, which is again a very, you can say, upcoming industry, upcoming sector of healthcare, right? Okay, so let me just close the camera so that you can focus on my presentation. Secondly, as I said, everyone is working from home, so it's a challenge for me saving the bandwidth. Give me a second. Okay, so let's get started with what is healthcare. Okay. Now, as I said before, it's one of the complex industry. You know that India is one of the largest economies in the world. It has earned the place of being the fourth largest economy, overtaking Japan. And India also ranked among the world's biggest market for healthcare and medical consultation. I'm sure you must have read the news, which we get to read every second day, wherein not just non-resident Indians, NRIs, they come especially for the healthcare services to India, because overseas the healthcare is very expensive. Lot of waiting list is there. So what that showcase, when waiting list is high, it means that the healthcare, there is a shortage of healthcare professional. And when there is a shortage of something, can we replace that with a technology? Can we give certain tools to doctors so that they can attend more patients? Right? So that comes as an opportunity for technologists like us, right? So India is one among the largest market for healthcare and medical consultation. So not just non-resident Indians, but foreigners also, they come for healthcare services in India. It is one of the fastest growing industry in the world, consuming approximately 6.5% of GDP. Okay, it is, let me just use my pen. So it is 6.5% of GDP across 180 countries. And with developed countries spending as much as 17.8% of GDP on healthcare. So it is estimated that the global spend on healthcare exceeding $9 trillion. So from all these figures, we can easily make out that there is a lot of growth ahead. There is a huge need and a huge opportunity to provide a better healthcare to more people in India and as well as in world. Now let's talk about the challenges in healthcare. As I said, I have just collected few challenges and try to understand few challenges, not all, but yeah, because it's one of the complex and the and a big industry. So the top healthcare challenges both globally as well as in India. One is healthcare generates massive amount of data. Clinical data, patient records, imaging, diagnostic reports, X-ray, MRI, right? And also social data that impacts the health outcome. So basically complex data in different shape and data in quantity. Now, what's the challenge in this? Like, what is the challenge in data? The challenge is that it is complex, it is scattered. And since it is complex and scattered, it is not in one place, it becomes difficult to analyze the data. So healthcare organizations need actionable insights. to improve the patient care, to cut the cost and work more efficiently. They want to find out an actionable insight from the data. But the data should be there somewhere, right? In one place it should not be scattered. We have to gather the data first. And if we are able to do that, if we are able to overcome that challenge using AI, what we can do, we can give a better patient care and can even reduce the cost also. I just would like to add some example here. These days we use for BP, we have a machine, digital machines are available, right? Earlier we used to have only analog machines. Now it becomes easy for us to just check the BP at home. We have diabetic check machines are available, oximeters are available, oximeters, right? So these are affordable. Likewise, we need devices, we need certain tools, application that helps for a better patient care. Now, if we think about healthcare globally, we see a rise of non-communicable diseases like cancer, cardiological diseases, neurology, right? So these significant diseases are universally on the rise and they are responsible for 73% of all the death worldwide. Almost 40 million people every year die from these diseases. So it's a fact that we have more patients to deal with. When such type of diseases are increasing, it means the patients are increased and then we have to deal with all these patients. There are certain countries where aging populations are there. So in that sense, we have more and more demand for healthcare professionals. And at the same time, there is a shortage. Okay? High demand is there, shortage of people is there who provide proper healthcare. So what can we do as a technologist? What can we do to fill this gap? We need to think on those lines. Another challenge what a doctor find or what a doctor struggle is, or what a patient also struggle is doctor-patient connection. Now, this is like something which we all have experienced, right? When we go to any doctor, when we start telling our problem, right? Start narrating our problem, doctor is busy writing something. Because doctor doesn't have time. And we all want to go to a good doctor, right? Isn't it? We all want to go to a good doctor. But a good doctor becomes eventually when the doctor doesn't have time and overloaded with patient, is not able to give enough time to every patient. What is going to happen? Quality degrades, it degrades the quality, and ultimately the patient experience goes down. And a negative feedback, negative review. The patient gives a negative review. So the doctor was good, but overloaded because of shortage of healthcare professional. So the doctor-patient connection is another important thing. Doctor often struggle to connect with patient during consultation because they are occupied with typing notes. And as a patient, I need empathy. I want an attentive listening. I'm not even sure whether the doctor is listening to me. These days, doctors don't even listen, right? It's not their problem. Because the patient ratio is high compared to doctor ratio. So physicians are under pressure to document everything, making note that note taking takes a priority over a meaningful conversation. So these are some of the challenges. Now, how can we overcome these challenges using an AI? Let us understand that. But before that, let me take another poll question here. Let me take the input from you guys. So I am starting another poll. Give me a second. Okay, the poll is started. Provide your input. You are supposed to type some word. Okay. Here it is not just selecting, but you have to type the word. One word answer is sufficient. Maybe if you want, you can give multiple word answer also, not a problem. But I guess you guys can see my screen, right? Just a quick check. Okay, ECG record, robo. Not accurate, okay. Support integration properly. Okay, innovation, great. Require human touch. Technology, automation. Good input. AI in healthcare. Maybe a kind of an expectation, or maybe what you have heard based on your experience, knowledge, expectation, or what exactly you are looking for. AI in healthcare. Okay, diagnosis. Real data needed for accuracy. Okay. Future. Artificial diagnosis. Okay. May lack emotional quotient that doctors could give. Okay. That's a good one. Cardiology. Okay. So just another half a minute to complete this quickly. Full body scan, chatbot. Great. Okay, artificial diagnostics. Someone is typing here. Diagnosis. Imagine technology, radiation, spotting pattern, AI doctor. That's a good one. AI doctor. So I'm getting so many good responses. What are you expecting from AI, or what you are already heard about it, or what you're already using? So based on that, you have answered this, right? I was actually wondering for the previous poll question, when most of you, majority of you mentioned nervous. Why are we nervous, guys, when we are okay with the autonomous car, a driverless car, we are okay, right? There is also a life is there at a risk. We are sitting in a car and that is not driven by a person. No human touch, right? So we are okay with that. We are okay with autopilot mode of a airline. So why are we not okay with end-to-end, right from diagnosing a disease to the discharge of a patient using AI completely? Why are we not okay with that? We have to change our mindset. I'm not saying that we should be using it end-to-end, but we need to change the mindset, and we have to trust on this technology. But we are the one who are building this technology, right? So we have to trust it. Only then we can um, uh, help others. Most of us are not okay with driver driverless car. But Deepika, if you go to any foreign land, there you will get most of the cabs are driverless only. So you don't have option apart from just going ahead with that. Yeah, we were not actually okay with the online shopping also, right? I myself, I was not okay. But now over a period of time, we have become used to all these things, right? So it takes time to change the mindset, but yeah. But in India, Yeah, in India it is not there, but we have to actually think in a forward direction. Only then we can compete with the other developed countries, isn't it? Okay, so I'm getting some good responses here for the AI in healthcare. So let's understand the AI in healthcare, right? Okay, so let me just stop. Even if you want, you can, those who are still typing can continue. I'll just move ahead. Yeah, in India it's difficult, I know that, but soon it will become a history, madam. Soon it will become history. The autonomous car will become the it will become part of our day-to-day life. Now moving to AI in healthcare. So machine learning in healthcare. Let's talk about how AI ML we can use it in healthcare. Why machine learning is so important in healthcare? Healthcare industry generates huge amount of data every single day. As I highlighted earlier, patient record, clinical workflows, imaging, scans, lab results, research publications are also there. Even see, as a patient, suppose I just consider, I always think from patient perspective. I'm a patient. If I go to hospital, now definitely suppose if I'm suffering from something, I discuss my symptoms with doctor. Not in the first visit, the diagnosis will happen. Multiple visit I have to do, doctor write some diagnostic to be done, and then x-ray done, MRI done, this done, that. So actually we are holding so many reports, so many papers, or not just paper, some are paper based, some are digital based, right? So we are holding so many things. So basically for one single patient, so many data is getting generated. Now we have the diseases are increased, the data has been increased. So how are we going to deal with this data? So machine learning really helps in this. So managing and making sense out of all this information is where the machine learning comes into picture. Now first think about a clinical workflow. See, doctor take the notes, right? We discuss like doctor start taking the notes. Patient record need to be summarized. Whatever patient is saying, whatever problem the patient is narrating has to be summarized. Diagnostic images like X-ray, MRIs must be analyzed. Machine learning can help here by combining the text and images. What we call it as multimodal diagnostic or diagnosis. Okay, so this helps to give a more accurate picture of a patient's health. So the accuracy of the AI ML here or the machine learning model here is going to compete with the doctor's accuracy, right? What a doctor analyze. When a doctor is overloaded, surely doctor cannot see on each and every parameter. Let's say you have done a blood test and there are hundreds of parameters. These days all packages are coming, right? So hundreds of parameters are there, and you take that blood report to doctor. Will the doctor get time to see all those 100 parameters? Definitely not. Right. But suppose if you use instead some model to analyze your report, you get a summary, you get an insight about that, and that summary definitely doctor can read. So I'm not saying that removing doctor completely, but we are easing the doctor's job. And not just doctor's job. When we provide summary to the doctor spend more time on the patient, can hear the patient problem, can look at the patient, the physical activity of a patient, okay, and can do a correct diagnosis of a disease, or even the AI can help in that. And doctor can we can augment with a augment we can use. So to give more accurate picture of a patient's health, okay, multimodal diagnosis can be used. So AI's ability to analyze large and complex data set enables a thorough evaluation of multiple factors, like the example which I gave about a blood report, and that lead to a deeper understanding of medical procedures. Second thing, care management and patient engagement. Machine learning enables proactive communication. Things like sending reminders for medication, answering patient queries through healthcare assistant, or even setting an alarm to ensure daily treatments are not missed This makes patient feel more supported. For example, let's say a cancer patient. Now, the treatment of a cancer patient, let's say a patient has been diagnosed with a cancer and the treatment plan is chemo and radiation. Now, the patient has to go to hospital every single day for certain duration to take the radiation. Okay, so maybe let's say the patient is an old age patient. So the AI can be, AI tool can help to alarm the patient, not just for the hospital visit or for treatment, also for the medicine and other things. And this makes patient feel more supported. This, I'm not talking about a generalized tool, I'm talking about a more personalized tool, more personalized care, like how a person gives a personalized care, replacing that with an AI. Next one is education and research. Machine learning helps improve clinical trial patient matching. Finding the right patient for the right trial is very important. So Gen AI can also help by summarizing lengthy research publication. So scientists and doctors can stay up to date quickly because the research papers are such lengthy. Every day some new things are happening, some new innovations are happening, the data is coming flooded on internet, but doctor will not get time. Doctor cannot sit and read whole thing instead of looking at the patient. If doctor sit and read whole thing, the patient will get impacted. So Gen AI can help to summarize such lengthy publication, research publication. Finally, AI is a powerful in addressing operational inefficiency and personalized care. For example, a cancer care. AI can connect the dots across patient's journey. Why this particular patient developed a cancer, what happened before diagnosis, and what might happen after a certain treatment, right? So this provides a personalized and predictive approach to care. And you know, it is like patient to patient. Even if 10 patients suffering from cancer, the cancer could be a different one. Or even if same cancer is there, but there are a lot of other parameters, other factors are there, the patient age and how the patient is responding to the treatment. So healthcare is something which is very personalized, right? It's an industry which is very personalized. So we should use AI to give a more personalized healthcare, a more personalized diagnostic and treatment plan. So in short, machine learning is not just an automation tool or for automation. It is about improving the healthcare decisions, making healthcare more personalized and ultimately saving lives. It allows physicians to have more time for patient while taking some of the mundane tasks away from them. In Bangalore, I have seen some of the doctors, while the patient narrate the problem, they use AI tool to generate the transcription. Even they generate the transcription when they are narrating the treatment plan or suggesting the medicine. Let's say a patient has to take a lot of medicine and doctor says, okay, take this medicine before breakfast, after lunch, before lunch, so and so. So many things are there, right? And the patient is unable to understand because doctor handwriting is very difficult to read when it is written on a paper. So doctors are these days making digital notes, creating transcription of the treatment plan, getting the summaries of what patient is narrating. So I have seen some of the doctors are using these tools in Bangalore, but again, not all the doctors. So we have to literally educate them. We have to build the tools, small tools, handy tools, so that it should become simple and easy for doctors to use that, because they are not from this domain, right? So we should be giving them some handy and simple tools to take their day-to-day mundane task. Now, I would like to add some examples. Let me take example how AI is actually being used in the industry. We discussed like there are so many things, but the real use cases. Now see, ultrasound scan, all of us know. It's very user dependent, right? A person will be there in the room with the ultrasound machine, and what the person has to do? The person has to keep the probe in the right place, right? So what we achieve with the help of AI, that an ultrasound user gets a real-time guidance. ultrasound user is getting a real-time guidance. So while doing a scan, by holding a probe in a particular position, let's say to scan a heart or a liver or a gallbladder or a pancreas, kidney, whatever, whichever organ the person is scanning, the person has to put the probe in the right place, right? So the person is trying, but what the AI is doing here, it is giving a real-time guidance. Okay, by looking at that, getting the feedback from the AI or the guidance from the AI, the person is able to put the probe in the right place. And what does that increase? Getting when you get a real time feedback, that is the probe in the right position. Should we move it to a little bit left or right? It's like a navigation system. So this will ultimately score the quality of an image, and that will in turn give a better insight to the doctor. When the image quality is good, doctor will be able to diagnose the problem quickly. If it is a blurred image, surely doctor won't be able to read that, right? So the quality of image increases, and that in turn benefit the patient itself. So this is the real thing happening with AI, ultrasound scan. So such kind of tool can help users who are probably less experienced. Now, suppose the technician who is there in the ultrasound room is not very experienced, but can get you the high quality outcome, right? Another example I could give you is the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Now, AI algorithm is created in the space of image reconstruction. Algorithms are used for image reconstruction, which ultimately makes the image reconstruction faster and you get a sharper image. So the outcome is that more patients can be handled. Like 50 to 60% faster output means more patient can be handled at a certain clinic at a certain time. So expediting the process, right? Another thing, it also helps radiologists detect tumors and anomalies. So it's helping radiologists. Now, these days, physicians use AI, as I gave the example, like in Bangalore, speech to text transcription for clinical notes, for taking the notes. This is actually happening. So it is easing the job because now the data is digitized. Now that data can be used to build a model, right? So that time is been cut down. The time is cut to digitize the data. Patient summary also is there in the digital form, and even the doctor prescription and doctor suggestion and advice is also there in digital form. Chatbot is another thing which are quite popular these days. Now, these are not a generic chatbot. These are intelligent chatbot. I call the chatbot which are intelligent and which are used with healthcare portal as doctor chatbot or virtual doctor chatbot. These chatbots are actually virtual doctor, isn't it? We should call it as virtual doctor. I would want to have chatbot as a virtual doctor. It should be able to answer my queries because as a patient, I'll be having thousands of queries and doctor doesn't have time to answer all the queries. So I would want to know in and out about my body, about my disease. So I would want a virtual doctor so that can answer my queries and just the main thing, a summary, I can take it to the doctor. So chatbot has become quite intelligent, virtual assistant, right? So not like previously. So chatbots can handle preliminary symptom assessment. And also can take we can also use chatbot for taking the appointment, doctor appointment. But it is not been used everywhere, not been used by every hospital. Some of the hospitals they have incorporated in their portal, but not every hospital. So this is where education comes into picture, right? Conversational AI for guiding patients to the right care. Now, how many of you know if you're not feeling good, how many of you know that, okay, this is the problem of so and so specialty? How many of us can identify that, okay, this is a problem falling under cardiologist or falling under nephrologist or falling under pathologist, whatever, right? So many are there. So many disciplines are there. So how many of you are aware of that? It's very difficult these days, right? We don't know to whom should we show our problem because for everything, every part of our body, there is some specialist. And super specialization is also there. If we go to one doctor, the doctor point to some other specialist. The other one points to some other specialist, right? We'll be running around. But so I want to use AI to understand my problem, to hear my problem, to understand my problem, and guide me to the right healthcare professional. Can we use for that? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't know whether thumbs down will you do. Do you agree with me? Hope I'm audible. Okay. Yeah, we these are all real-time problems, right? We all go to this problem. किसको बताए? I don't know. ये problem हो रहा है. किसका under which specialty does it come? It's really a big problem, big challenge for us. So we want some user-friendly and the AI, empathetic AI, which should be able to understand, listen our problem, and suggest us some specialist, right? I also want see one more thing I'm expecting from an AI is that. See, not every problem we can openly discuss with with others. Maybe your parents or your husband or your wife. Like there are some problems which are very personal. Let's say I'm facing some problem, some health issue. Now I'm just thinking with whom to speak. I don't want the other person should judge me. So we can use AI. A conversational AI will really help in this, wherein I can talk to AI, I can share my problem, and that AI should be able to understand my problem, should be able to guide me to the right healthcare professional, to the right, you can say, treatment plan, right? So because I know that AI is not judging me, right? So that is what I'm looking at AI. Because there are certain things which we can't share with anyone, right? So even that, but yeah, that AI should be knowledgeable enough. And how the knowledge will come? That conversational, I'm talking about the tool, conversational AI, from where the knowledge comes to the AI. I'm talking about healthcare knowledge. From where will it come? Yeah, from where it will come? Of course, data. Yes, correct. So of course, data. Okay, so it's data. And when we talk about data, it's not just a knowledge cannot be gained with just one small amount of data. Like I cannot trust a model, the machine learning model with the one which has been trained on a small amount of data, right? It surely have been trained on a good amount of data, diverse data, so that it can understand my problem, right? So it should be trained on all the speciality of healthcare. Only then it can give me the correct guidance. And when we talk about data, the machine learning or AI ML comes into picture, right? Okay. So in summary, AI will be instrumental to deliver the next breakthrough in healthcare. And ultimately, AI will make healthcare more human. Okay, coming to AWS. Now, why AWS? AWS offers a comprehensive suite of services specifically designed for the healthcare industry with strong HIPAA compliance and security features. AWS purpose-built healthcare solution help healthcare providers to achieve their goal both in terms of the services offered and financial efficiency. Now, when we have a platform who has already built the services and which is HIPAA compliant, which is compliant with all the standards which are required for certain industry, like healthcare industry, why not to use it? Why do I want to break my head on and building doing everything from the scratch? And also security features are there. You all might be aware of AWS platform. Security is the topmost priority of AWS, right? So let's understand the value proposition of AWS. Let's talk about how AWS is transforming healthcare. Since 2009, AWS has been the trusted healthcare cloud provider. What does that really mean? Now let me talk about from the healthcare perspective, AWS as what solution it is providing. See, AWS enables healthcare organization to derive insights from this complex data. We spoke about the data. We spoke about we have complex data. We have data of different shape, different structure. So it helps AWS platform helps to derive the insights, a valuable insight from the complex data. It helps doctors, hospital, and research make smarter and faster decisions. You can think of AWS as the backbone that connect all this data into a usable form without compromising on security. I'm stressing on security. Now you might think, okay, we have so many other cloud providers. Why AWS, right? As I said before, all the compliance, all the standards which are required for healthcare industry is supported by AWS. Okay. Not just that, it has purpose-built services for you, specifically tailored for healthcare need. Now, key features of AWS in healthcare. First, AWS provides purpose-built healthcare services which are designed specifically for healthcare challenges. Second, it ensures enterprise-grade security and privacy. Healthcare data is required to be secure. It's very sensitive and we cannot afford data leakage, compromising on the data, right? So it is required to be secure. It is required to be private. So since patient data is extremely sensitive, it is non-negotiable, and AWS is the platform that gives the world-class security and privacy. Next is AWS offers a choice of leading foundation models for AI ML that healthcare providers can use right away for tasks like diagnosing, predicting, for prediction or image analysis. We have so many foundation models available. We can straight away start using it. And finally, AWS run on the most performant and low cost infrastructure, making advanced healthcare solution accessible and scalable. Okay, so the benefits what AWS is providing is it is generating actionable insights faster. Innovations are faster. It is speeding up the diagnostic time, reducing the operational cost, improving the quality of patient care. So in short, AWS isn't just a cloud provider, it's actually a healthcare innovation partner for you. So by combining secure infrastructure, AI capabilities, and specialized healthcare services, AWS helps the healthcare industry to move toward a better outcome at a lower cost. Let me now, as I said, like a lot of foundation models are supported, right? So let me take you to the AWS console I have already logged on. This is the console, AWS management console. And if I go to the Amazon Bedrock service, a Bedrock service is the one which supports, it's basically a Gen AI service, supports a lot of foundation models, large language models. So by using Bedrock, you can build Gen AI application using foundation model. And you will find there are a lot of foundation models. Now, if I go to the, on the left side, you get to see the menu. I click on model catalog to see what all models are supported here. And you can see we have model from different provider, different modality. So AI 21 Lab, Amazon, Anthropic, we have got Cohere, DeepSeek, many other. So as I scroll down, and different modality models are supported. Now suppose if I click on one of the category here, Amazon, and if I go to Nova Premier, it will show me what all it supports. Okay, different modality. So it is basically text and vision, and it supports 1 million. Like the prompt, what you are submitting to the model, right? The prompt is, it consists of number of tokens, number of words. So number of tokens in and number of tokens out. How many tokens are supported at a time? So that is highlighted as maximum token. 200 plus languages are supported. So this is the capability of the Bedrock service, which gives you lots of access to lots of foundation models. Not just this one, you have lots of open AI models are also there. At the same time, you can also get it from marketplace. You can see Bedrock Marketplace, and you can import it. You can fine tune it. You can use RAG. All these are possible. So it's a robust platform. Okay. Now, why I was stressing on AWS? See, the thing is that when we want to build any tool or when we want to use AI, ML, surely we need to take help of some platform, right? The days are gone where we use the on-prem environment, we deploy our application or the tools on the on-prem server, but that's not the thing these days, not the case, right? Yeah, but of course you can also do that in the on-prem environment or the server. It's not like you have to, for using AIML you have to use AWS. It's not like that. But yeah, why not to take the advantage when the platforms are available to us? So AWS is not just a cloud provider, but we can use it extensively for healthcare industry, because AWS is rated as public number one, like the public cloud for healthcare by KLAS. The AWS has won the KLAS award. It's a prestigious recognition given by KLAS, research based. KLAS is basically a research based organization. So they have awarded AWS for public cloud for healthcare this year. So a prestigious recognition AWS has got based on, now this is based on the direct feedback from healthcare providers. So AWS is an inaugural winner of this new category, best in class for public cloud, introduced in 2025. And these are all the reasons of AWS recognition. So as I said, security, compliance, so which we definitely need for our healthcare data. Scalability is required, right? Because it's like huge amount of data is there, lot of patients are there. That's the infra scalability of infra is very much required. Agility, scalability, innovative capabilities, data management, focus on patient care, industry specific services are there, not just for healthcare, but other industry specific services also there. So these are the reasons why AWS has been recognized as number one by the KLAS. Okay. Okay. Next important thing. Your healthcare data is the key to innovation, transformation, and value. So whenever we want to do something, want to design an application, like especially AIML, data is important. We need a data. So when it comes to your electronic health record, resilience and security are critical. So identify, mitigate, and manage the potential risk, quickly recover the application and data after an outage or a disaster, and improve your compliance posture with Epic on AWS. AWS has got 146 HIPAA eligible services, and it supports 143 security standards and compliance certification. It holds certification for global compliance standard like high trust. So AWS global infrastructure, which is designed to provide at least 3 availability zones in every region, and that gives a high availability, HA. Highly available infrastructure is there provided by AWS to support the Epic system resiliency. And availability, those who are new to AWS platform, an availability zone is a data center managed by AWS, provided by AWS, and in a availability zone, we deploy our virtual resources. Okay, so it is following so many standards and compliance required for healthcare industry as well as for different industry. Epic on AWS is actually, it's one of the world's leading EHR, electronic health record system, used by hospitals and healthcare providers to manage the patient records, scheduling, billing, clinical workflow. So running Epic on AWS means hosting and managing this EHR platform in the cloud instead of managing it on a traditional data center. And for that, we need a robust, scalable infrastructure, and that is nothing but our the global infrastructure provided by AWS. We have like data encryption is there, so we can protect our data by encrypting it at rest in transit. Compliance in the cloud. So these are the various compliance which are supported by AWS. Certifications and their role in the healthcare. Quality and information security like ISO 9001. It focuses on quality management system. So in healthcare, it ensures consistent process for safe and high quality service. Or we have 27001. That is a global standard for information security management system. Or we have 27017, that is for cloud specific security control. Or we have 27018 that focus on protection of personal data in the cloud. Or we have got SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3. This is basically an independent audit of security, availability, and integrity, confidentiality, privacy, all this. PSI DSS compliant payment card industry. So basically all these are there. FedRAMP is there, FISMA is there. So these are all the standards which are supported. So why these matter in healthcare? Patient trust. See, as a patient, I will trust on the tool or the application when I know that it is following certain standards, right? So providing their data is safe. I know that my data is safe. When we start using some application or anything, when we when we want to download some tool on our mobile, we are very careful, right? If we know that it is safe, it is not going to expose our data, only then we share our data. We just don't share it like that, right? So that is the trust is important. So all these compliance standards, compliance and the standards and the regulatory compliance and all these gain the patient trust. Regulatory alignment, supporting HIPAA or GDPR, NHS guideline for UK, and also like vendor assurance. So hospital can choose cloud providers who hold these certification. So it becomes easy for you to convince vendor if you build certain healthcare application on this platform, because this platform itself is following all these standards required for healthcare. So it becomes easy for you to convince the vendor, convince to pitch your customer, to pitch the hospitals, right? So they can choose cloud provider who has all the certification. Now, healthcare specific AWS services. AWS has got multiple services built specifically for healthcare and life sciences. For example, Health Lake is there. Now, this is a HIPAA eligible service for storing and transforming health data. Another one we have Health Imaging, a cloud-based medical imaging and picture archiving and communication system. This is also HIPAA eligible medical image storage and retrieval service. It has a disaster recovery capability, health imaging service. Then we have got transcribe medical service. It's a machine learning service that makes it easy to quickly create accurate transcription from medical consultations. A consultation which is happening a conversation which is happening between a patient and a physician. So it can take the transcription of that. So medical transcribe, we actually, transcribe medical is there. So we actually have a transcribe service. This can be used in general scenario, not required to be a medical industry, healthcare industry, but we also have a medical transcribe medical. Why this is the additional capability is being given? Because this transcribe medical can understand the healthcare vocabulary. Healthcare vocabularies or medical industry vocabularies are not easy to pronounce, right? So many different words are there which we don't use it in our day-to-day life or not by a general public. So it can understand the vocabulary. It can generate the accurate transcription. So it automatically converts the medical and pharmacological terms used in physician dictated notes, practitioner and patient consultation into a document. Comprehend Medical is another service, which is again HIPAA eligible, NLP for medical text. So it can extract medical insights from unstructured text. It can identify medical conditions, medications, dosage. Let me take you quickly to the comprehend medical. There is some sample data, so you will get a clear understanding of how exactly it looks like. Comprehend medical. Okay, I was just checking the chat in between to see if any questions are there. So yeah, if I go to comprehend medical and if I go for real-time analysis here, now you can see there is some sample data is there. Patient is 87-year-old woman, high school teacher with past history, medical history and all that stuff, right? Now I'll go for I click on analyze and let it generate the report. Now can you see the insights what it has generated? So instead of reading a detailed report or a narration provided by patient, something like this really helps. You see the insights what it has created. Okay, medicine, symptoms and all that. Yeah. When we are talking about AI in healthcare, what are the regulatory and ethical considerations? Okay, so Prachi, regulatory and ethical condition remains same. What is applicable otherwise in the that what we discuss under responsible AI? Those ethical condition remain same. The practices that we cover under responsible AI remain same. It is nothing different for healthcare industry, but definitely regulatory compliances are different. Okay, the regulatory compliance, like I highlighted all the compliance in my visual. Let me again show you. So yeah, so this quick overview of how the comprehend generates, so it becomes easy for the doctor to quickly get an insight of the patient summary. So as I go back, these are the one compliance. Now, see, I don't say that all these compliance are required only for healthcare industry, but there are certain compliance which are like for data also. For example, PCI DSS compliant, right? Payment card industry data security standard. So how is that related to healthcare? Yeah. Anybody? Does anybody know? PCI DSS? Payment card industry data security standard. How is that relevant to healthcare industry? Okay, no worries. Now, guys, see, healthcare is not about just a disease and a treatment and the diagnostic and all that stuff. The insurance also comes into picture, right? Suppose you have some insurance policy, so once the treatment is over, so you will always claim for the insurance. So for claiming and for you have to submit the document, you have to make the payment, certain percentage you have to make the payment. You are making a payment through a card, right? So insurance, that is one thing. Or let's say, even if you don't have insurance, you're making a payment by using card. These days we use card, credit card, debit card to make a payment. So we are concerned about the security of our card. And this is the one that talks about or that deals with the card security, payment card industry data security standard. So this standard is required so that we can use our card in that particular for that particular industry or the application. Okay, so this is you will say that how come this is relevant to the healthcare? But yeah, of course, because healthcare is a big industry. Many things are interconnected with healthcare. Likewise, the data security, right? So though it is not directly related to patient health, but it is definitely the securing the patient PHI, patient health information. For that, data security is required. So likewise, all these compliance, all these standards which are required for healthcare, as well as the healthcare, you can say in some way it is required for healthcare, that is also there. Okay, so that's why it is the list is big. Yeah, correct. Okay, so coming back to the AWS services, so here we have so many services which I have highlighted. I showed you just comprehend medical, likewise. And now it is not just, guys, when we are building any application for healthcare, so we are not just using only AI ML services or only healthcare services which are provided by any platform, not just by AWS, but we also use other services. For example, the core AWS services are also used for healthcare, like S3, RDS, right? So those who are aware of the services, you can understand what I am talking here. But those who are not aware, quick info I would like to give you. S3 is a storage service, which is a secure, scalable, and reliable storage service, object storage service. So this is used to keep the data. Now, when we gather, when the healthcare industry data is large in amount, and it is diverse data, so we just try to ingest it in one place, a centralized storage, and that is nothing but S3, where we keep the data and we use that data to build the model. Let's say I'm building a model for healthcare, right, for certain use cases. So for that I use the S3, or I can also keep my data in RDS. If it's a structured data, relational database service, I use for keeping the data. So another one is, for example, EHR system I can use. Then another one is NoSQL data, that is DynamoDB. So I can keep patient data which is unstructured, right? Or any other data which is unstructured, I can keep in DynamoDB, or Elastic File System, which is a shared file storage for keeping medical imaging workflow and all that. Likewise, compute services. Definitely we need a compute, right? Whether we want to build a model or we want to deploy a model, we need a processing power. So this provides us virtual server for healthcare application, like EC2 is a virtual server. Lambda is a serverless computing for event-driven healthcare workflow. Right? Let's say I have deployed the chatbot on a Lambda, and whenever any query is coming to chatbot, only then I would want that my function should start working in the backend. Why do I keep all the time my application running? Right? I can save the resources, I can save the cost. So I can just run it on Lambda, and as the trigger comes, let it run. So that is providing the computing part based on a event. Then we have container service, ECS, EKS, container orchestration services are there for microservice architecture. We have batch service, which is for large scale batch processing, let's say for genomics and research data. And then analytics and machine learning service. So I would like to stress more on the machine learning service like SageMaker, which is basically used to build a machine learning model. We can build, we can train, we can deploy the machine learning model. Okay, maybe you are building your own model for drug discovery, for medical image analysis, for let's say predictive analytic, or for clinical decision support system, for that matter, anything. So like basically you can build any model for the healthcare use case using the SageMaker service. So SageMaker gives you access to multiple algorithms. So you know that algorithm is required and the data is required to build a model, machine learning model, right? Then we have got Redshift service, which is a data warehouse service. QuickSight is their business intelligence service for data visualization. So healthcare data, when it is humongous in size, you can just visualize it by using QuickSight to get a quick insight from the data. We have ETL service, Glue and EMR, that is extract, transform, and load. So basically, see, you can't just use the raw data as is to build the model. You have to clean the data. You have to process your data. And so the data processing you can do by using the EMR and Glue service. These are basically the analytic service also, and we can use it in healthcare, right? So extract service is there to extract the text. Let's say I want to, now one use case which is real, is being used in real time. Now, as I took the example of insurance, right? So when I want to claim the insurance, what do I need to do? Let's say one of my relative has been hospitalized for certain operation and there is an insurance policy. Now I want to avail the benefit of that. I would want to claim. So what do I need to do? How do I claim for that? Yeah, any idea, guys? What do we have to do? Hmm? We have to submit the documents, isn't it? We have to submit the whole documents, the patient details, the operation details, like what operation has been happened, against what particular thing we are claiming for that, right? So all the papers, all the treatment plan and everything we have to submit. Now just yeah, correct. So now just think of that. You are not the only patient, okay? You are not the only customer for the insurance company. There are thousands of people who are claiming for the insurance and they have submitted their document. Now think about the person who is analyzing that, because they cannot just release the payment without analyzing it, right? So how much time it takes? Now some of you or many of you might have gone through this process, right? It takes time. As you submit, it will not get immediately they reimburse the money, right? So it takes time. So we need to think, how can we reduce the time? So how AI can be used? It is actually getting used in that, because see, the whatever documents we have to submit, all those documents are in physical format, like on paper based are there. So they have to first digitize it. They have to analyze it. So now we can use AI. We can use such services. For example, we have got extract service in AWS, which can extract the text from an unstructured data. For example, handwritten notes are there. Okay, doctor has written some treatment or some medicines doctor has prescribed. So that handwritten notes or a diagnostic report, which is an image based, right? So text based data, image based data, all this is there, which is unstructured. So we can extract by using text extract service. We can extract the text out of such reports. Not just that, we can also extract the bills, the invoices, receipts. So it can automatically extract, and with a great accuracy. It is not just OCR, but it maintains the relationship also, okay, between what kind of data. It is not like word to word extraction it is doing. So it can extract and quickly it will get digitized. Your data gets digitized, and then you can use Comprehend Medical to analyze that, right? So quickly the work can be done. A single person can just process thousands of claims, right? The patient who is like thousands of reports, the patient, the one that is submitted by the patient, right? Or the patient relative. So we can integrate such services to get quick, so insurance claim or clinical notes, medical imaging reports or lab reports, all this. Uh, the time required to process that will be considerably reduced, and that not just improve the patient experience, but also it expedite. Now suppose if it's clinical notes or let's say lab report, if it is coming quickly, right? So you can just imagine next day the treatment can get started, and the patient, suppose if it's a cancer patient or some critical disease the patient is suffering, why to delay the treatment, right? Because of the lab report not available. Like these it used to happen earlier, right? But now these days it is quite fast, but still we would want to expedite so that we can save the life, right? Can it support multi what is that? Is it a typo? Multi-omic analysis? I didn't get this word. Combination. So which service you're talking about? Okay, AWS Cloud. Okay, I was just thinking from this service perspective. Yes, definitely we can use this. That is what is, it can get insight for all these different parameters of all the diagnostic reports, not just only for, let's say, X-ray or MRI, blood and all other things, the cells. So that's why the drug discovery is quite fast. Even the COVID medicine, for that also the AWS platform was used by Moderna. And also for cancer patient, the cancer medicines discovered. So I'm going to take some case studies that will really help you to understand. So it is analytic services are very powerful, and not just that, you can, the models which are available these days, you can fine tune the model and you can use it for getting such insights for your healthcare thing. Okay, so it's, yeah, of course it is there. That is one of the most important thing in a drug discovery. Okay, so moving to case study. The first case study I would like to take here, which is of Genentech. So Genentech is a biotechnology company that revolutionized how complex health problems are treated. So they are part of Roche Group. The company continues to stay focused on its mission. They're committed to breakthrough research, developing medicines that can truly change lives, and using advances in data and technology to push healthcare forward. At the same time, they are working with partners across society to tackle the bigger and systematic challenges. So developing new medicine is the most complex challenge in healthcare. You might be aware of that, right? So it's a most complex challenge, and they are into life-saving medicine. Why it is one of the most complex challenge? Because of the enormous number of biological possibilities, the genes and molecules that need to be tested, as the question was raised just now, right? So all this has to get tested. That's why discovering a medicine is very complex. So at Genentech, scientists used to spend years manually searching through scattered biomedical data to find a validate biomarkers. Years they used to spend. Now to overcome this, Genentech partnered with AWS and built GRED. This is a research agent. Basically, they are using agentic AI. So this is a research agent, GRED research agent. They are using Amazon Bedrock agent with Anthropic Cloud Sonnet. The foundation model that they are using is Anthropic Cloud Sonnet. And by using Amazon Bedrock service that supports building an agent, so you can build a agentic AI, okay, by using Bedrock. So this generative AI system automate research, answer complex scientific questions, and even provide result with citations. Now, how does it work? It works with autonomous agent. So the agent they have built, okay, autonomous agent with RAG, retrieval augment generation, to adapt the workflow dynamically. And it analyzes both public and internal repository. The public repository is the one which is, see, agent will be using the models, right? Agents are powered by model. Foundation model, large language model, or specific model, right? Domain specific model. So agents are basically powered by model. So they are using model. So this is a public repository and the internal repository, which is nothing but RAG. And by using these two, dynamically they are adapting with the latest, adapting to the latest changes. So the results have been transformative. What once took weeks for the scientists to do, now it is just taking minutes. And how many hours they are saving? They are saving 43,000 hours of manual work in biomarker validation. Can you just imagine the time that they are saving? Biomarker validation, they're saving almost 43,000 hours of manual work. So this dramatically accelerates drug discovery and reduces the time needed to bring the new medicines to the patient at a fast pace. And now what they are looking forward, they want to move ahead. Genentech, they are planning to go even further by expanding into multi-agent collaboration. They are planning to use a multi-agent in their environment. Currently, they are using single agent, but now they want to go for multi-agent collaboration, where specialized agents are going to focus on specific tasks. So that will not just increase the speed, it will also increase the precision and scalability, because multiple agents are working simultaneously and each agent is doing one task, has an expertise in one task, right? So that is again part of agentic AI. Now, what were the challenges? So the biggest challenge in developing new medicine is the enormous complexity of biology, which I told you. So the human body has thousands of cell types and about 20,000 human genes are there, which interact in countless ways. And on top of that, there are billions of possible molecules and antibodies to test. So genetic scientists have to analyze scattered data from millions of publications, public databases, and their own massive repository. So much of data. Okay, data is scattered across PubMed, human proteins, Atlas, internal cell repository, so much like different places. So this process of finding and validating biomarkers, which is a key indicator of a disease, has mostly been manual. Before, without using AI, it was manual. So as a result, scientists often spend weeks or even years just searching through data before moving forward with their research. So it used to be a time-consuming manual activity. Okay, so 5 years, approximately 5 years of manual effort across the therapeutic areas they used to take. So this is the toughest task in the healthcare industry of developing a new medicine. So that is the challenge. Now, what is the solution they've come up? The one that we have already discussed. But to solve this challenge, Genentech partnered with AWS, as I said before, and they have built a GRED research agent using Bedrock. This generative AI system can handle complex scientific questions. It can search across millions of publications, databases, internal data, and can summarize findings with proper citations. Now, what makes it powerful is the use of autonomous agent and RAG, which allows it to break down the task and adapt it step by step and analyze multiple sources dynamically. So this makes it powerful. So this is not only speed up this research, but also make advanced data tools accessible to scientists. Okay, so this is what is agentic AI, the beauty of agentic AI and RAG. For dynamic data, RAG is very much useful so that up-to-date information is there and you can just read it can search the whatever questions you're putting, it can search from the publications, it can search from the internal data repository also and give you the latest information, can solve the query. What is the final outcome? The impact of GRED research agent has been remarkable. What used to take scientists weeks can now be done in just minutes. And as I said before, save 43,000 plus hours in biomarker validation. So genetic identify drug targets faster and bring new medicines to patient sooner. What they say? They say AI agents don't replace scientists but enhance them, making even the best scientists perform at a higher level. So it is boosting the scientist's productivity, giving more power to scientists. So scientists plus agents are outperforming. What is their future vision? They're planning from one large agent to network of specialized agent, multi-agent they want. For example, one agent might focus on public database like PubMed. The another agent specializes in genetic internal data. So this multi-agent model will increase speed and precision, scalability. So they believe AI agents don't replace human creativity. Instead, they enhance it. Okay, so what is their ultimate goal? Is to design studies and identify drug targets faster, bringing life-saving medicines quick to the patients. That is what is their goal. Right? So I believe you got the answer with this case study. Now I would like to, so on these lines, what Genentech has done, built an agent, used a RAG. I would like to give a demo on these lines. Very similar to this case study, I would like to demonstrate something. Okay, so let me take you to the console, AWS Management Console. Let me just tell you what exactly I'm going to do. Yeah, so first let me explain you what exactly I'm going to do in this demo and then we will move on. So I'm going to build an advanced healthcare AI agent using Amazon Bedrock service. Okay, so in this project, we will build healthcare AI agent with Bedrock by combining foundation model and a custom healthcare knowledge base. So what I did, I created one knowledge base, okay, a knowledge base file. I'm going to use that knowledge base file that is going to be my RAG. I'm going to use that with a foundation model, okay, by creating an agent in Bedrock. So I'm going to set up an environment integrating healthcare knowledge, healthcare data source, and deploying agent, which can accurately answer complex healthcare related queries. And we can get a hands-on experience in developing, deploying, and testing the AI solution tailored for the healthcare industry. Okay, but the knowledge base is a very small file, which I just for demo purpose, I created 5 KB of file. Okay, small file, just to show you how we can build this. So are you all with me? Shall I go ahead with the demo? I guess we have time. Oh my God, time is over. Is it okay, ma'am, if I quickly
Yes,
demo?
madam. Yes, madam. You can do.
This will, okay,
It's
this will be
interesting.
started. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So guys, I'm so sorry for delaying, but as what I planned, I just want to do because as a facilitator here, I don't want to keep the things halfway. So let me quickly get to the console. Where is my console? Console, come. Okay, yeah, this is my console. So I'll go to Bedrock. Multiple services that I'm going to use. I'll open the services in different console and I will explain you what exactly. Few things I made it ready. I actually deployed the agent also before this workshop, keeping the time constraint in mind. I can even walk you through that as well. One search. Okay, fine. So coming to Bedrock. Now, what we want to do is we want to build an agent, right? So the first step is that I will have to create a user. Basically, I'm logged on with a root right now. Those who are aware of AWS can quickly understand what I'm saying here. Those who are not aware, I'll try to simplify so that you can understand. So I'm logged on as a root. So I can perform all the activity, but one thing which I can't perform as a root is that I cannot create a knowledge base. I can't deploy an agent using the root. So I have to log on as an IAM user, which I have already created. So I'll just show you. I'll open IAM service, which is an identity access management service on AWS platform that we use to create users, that we use to manage users, group roles and policies. So let me show you the user which I have created. So this is the one Maria, user by the name Maria, and I have given the administrative access to this user. So if you look at the policy, administrator access. Okay, so this is the AWS managed policy which I have attached it. Though do not require the full policy, but just to, since it's a demo, I have used it, but you should not be attaching the complete, whatever as required, only that much you should give. Fine, so this user is ready. Next step, what I have done, I uploaded the sample file, the knowledge base file in my S3 bucket. So S3 is a storage service, object-based storage service. So my file here under this bucket. So this is the file, healthcare knowledge base. So I'll just open this to show you what exactly is there in this file. A small knowledge base file is being created, but you can use the same demo. You can follow the same hands-on and you can do that with the real data. So this is a small, you can see TXT file is there with some healthcare data and some FAQs I have added in this. Okay. Can you see? A normal TXT file is there. Nothing great about this file. So FAQ. So this is my small file, which is going to act as my as a data source. Okay, fine. So the next thing what I'm going to do is going to Bedrock service, which is a Gen AI service, and building the agent. But to build an agent, I will have to create a knowledge base first, right? And yeah, before I go ahead with that, one more thing which I need to make the things ready. That is, I have to enable the model. Okay, what models, foundation model I'm going to use, that I have to enable. Currently, most of the models are enabled in my environment, but I'll show you how we can do that. So on the left side, you have all the menu available in Bedrock. So as I go down, last you have an option model access. Go to model access and you can see many models access granted is already there. But if it is not there, you just go ahead with modify model access. You can select the model. So I go down. You are not charged for enabling it. Just keep in mind that I select this. I go ahead next and I submit my request. That's it. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to use two models. One is Nova Pro. The other one is Titan Embedding. Fine. So yeah, user is created, file is uploaded in S3 bucket, and now I'm good to go ahead and start creating the knowledge base. So here on the left side down under build, I have knowledge base. So I go for knowledge base. This creating a knowledge base is nothing but RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So I go for create. So as I said already, I created it. Because it takes some time. So I'll show you walk you through that. I'll just start the process and then we'll use the existing one. So knowledge base with vector stored. So I'll just go back again. What does that mean? So I chose the option create knowledge base with vector store. You know that the latest models or the modern models, LLMs and foundation model use the transformer architecture, right? Wherein it does tokenization of the sentence or the data tokenization, and then it creates embeddings and it does vectorization. And to keep the vectors, it uses the vector database. And vector database is used for semantic search, similarity search. Okay, so it can quickly search you based on the query what we are submitting to agent. It can quickly search the relevant information from the knowledge base, right? Okay, so when I go for this option, it will automatically create an open search database, which is basically a vector database on AWS platform. So I select this. I have to provide name and I have to provide the description here. What exactly what I'm doing. So I have time. Okay, so this is my description, a comprehensive knowledge base containing healthcare concept. Now the permissions are required, right? Because now the thing is that, see, my Bedrock service is going to communicate with S3 service. So it uses a role to communicate with S3 because ultimate my data sources file is there in the S3. So for that a role is required. Maybe you can proactive create a role or you can go for use an existing service role. My bad. You can proactively create a role and you can choose that, which is nothing but the second option. But I haven't done that, so I'll just go ahead with this and it will automatically create it for me. So that is the best thing. I'll just go ahead with that. Next is choose a data source. So my data is, since it is in S3, I'll go ahead with S3. And then I go for next. Now here, I have selected the data source as S3. So now I have to browse that file and I have to select that. So I click on browse and select the bucket, my healthcare bucket. And I have a file, healthcare knowledge base with FAQ. I choose this. Then I keep all the other details as is and then I go for next. And here I'm selecting the embedding model. Okay, so as I said, I'm selecting the Titan embedding. Vector store. So where it should keep the vectors. So I'm selecting that. So under vector store type, I choose OpenSearch serverless. There are many more vector databases are there supported. So I'm selecting OpenSearch serverless and then I go for next and I'm good to go ahead and create. So creating knowledge base. It will take some 3 to 4 minutes to complete this activity. Okay, it's giving some error. It says, sign in. Oh my God, I told you that if I forgot to create and it forgot while, so I have to switch to the IAM user. Let me do that. So let me get the URL. I'll open in incognito mode. Let me log on with Maria and perform that activity. I don't know why it's taking time. Should not be taking this amount of time. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can post as it's loading. What's wrong with this? I don't like this kind of delay. Okay, while it is taking time, let's utilize this time. So I'm going to put another question in this Slido and you guys try answering that. Let's utilize the time. Why to wait? I don't like waiting here. Okay, so next question on your screen. Just try answering this. By the time I try to log on here, maybe because of incognito window or something, it's creating problem. It takes time. I will have to walk you through the one that I've already deployed. Okay, getting vote here. Would you trust an AI to give you a second opinion on the diagnosis? Yes, no. So many are giving yes, yes. Okay. So if you're saying no, then what? From whom are you trying to take the second opinion? Would you like to take as a first opinion? Maybe that could be the answer. If you're saying no. Okay, come fast. Why it's taking time? Shit. Okay, finally I got my window here. I guess my username Maria is sleeping, I believe. That's why it is not loading quickly. Usually it doesn't take this much time. Something wrong with my system. Yeah, so getting responses here, second opinion, majority says yes and minority says no. So the minority class, with whom do you want to take the second opinion? The doctor itself? But doctor is not available for the first opinion itself, right? So what will you do? Hmm? Just kidding. Okay, so fine. I am there, guys. Now I am there in the place where I wanted to be there and it's logged on. So yeah, we have to quickly go to the Bedrock service and do the same activity again, deploying a knowledge base. Hopefully it should not be taking time. Yeah, okay. So I'm here. Hope my screen is visible to all of you. So I am creating the knowledge base again, going with the same process, create, provide some name. Oh, this is my console. Okay, fine. Anyhow, I've shown you that, right? So I'll just go ahead with quickly creating role and fine. Going ahead with next, selecting the bucket, healthcare with FAQ, choose, and rest of the things. Embedding model, selecting the embedding model, selecting the vector database, open search serverless, and I'm good to go ahead and deploy it. Create knowledge base. And now this time it will get created. So it's preparing vector data. You can see it's preparing vector data source in OpenSearch serverless, the first line if you read out. So it started. Now, once this process is over, it will ask us to synchronize the data store. So what we have to do, we have to synchronize the data store with the vector database which it has created. Our data source is in S3. Vector database is a database, OpenSearch database which I've selected. So the data synchronization has to happen so that it can hold all the vectors. Okay. Once that is done, the next step is creating an agent. Fine. So I'll move on to next step because this takes some time. So I'll walk you through the agent creation process. Let me just close this. Yeah. So let me walk you through the agent creation process. So for that, I have to go to agent. It is saying that if you come out of that, the knowledge base creation might fail. It's okay because I already have an agent in place. So it's okay. So I go to agent and go for creating an agent. Here I provide the agent name and here I provide the description what I want the agent to do. So let me give a description here. So my description says an AI agent for answering healthcare related questions using our healthcare knowledge base. And then I go for create agent. If you want to do a multi-agent collaboration, this is the option. The Genentech, what we discussed, right? What they are planning ahead. They are planning to create a multi-agent environment. So I go for create a single agent right now. Now, once the agent is created, the next step is you will have to start integrating this agent with the knowledge base. So here, as you go down, first thing is that selecting a model. So I go for selection of model. I'm going to select Nova Pro. The agent is going to use Nova Pro model. And then you have to give a clear instruction to the agent. This is important. See, agent is just like your personal assistant. Think of your that you are giving some instruction to assistant to do some activity, right? So agent is just like that. You ask agent to book a flight for you, agent will do for you. You ask agent to write some notes for you, agent will do for you. Minutes of meeting, agent will do. So basically, you have to instruct the agent. Agent will not do of its own, but you have to instruct so that the agent can take the action. So your instruction should be very, very clear what you are expecting from the agent. So that is what I created the instruction for agent, which I'm typing it over here, pasting it over here. And the instruction says, you are healthcare AI, a helpful and knowledgeable assistant specializing in healthcare topic. I'm saying that I will just read out quickly. I have mentioned further, use the link healthcare knowledge base to provide accurate and easy to understand answer to the questions, to the user questions about healthcare. Respond politely and professionally. These are my instruction to agent, okay? If a question is outside the knowledge, as I scroll down, see, if a question is outside, my bad. This is not good to scroll this window, but I'll just read out. So if a question is outside your knowledge base, answer based on general healthcare topics, healthcare concept. Now, what does it mean? Outside of your knowledge base means the file which I'm using as a data store, right? Data source. So if it is outside of that, what it will do? It will use the foundation model. I have selected Nova Pro. So it will use the foundation model, the knowledge which is being gained by the foundation model in the training process that it will use to answer the question. Okay, so that is what I'm instructing the agent. If the question is outside your knowledge base, answer based on general healthcare topic, concept, or politely inform the user that you don't have the information. And further, I'm saying that always prioritize clarity and avoid overly technical jargon unless specifically asked. So these are the instructions to my agent. Think that agent is your personal assistant and you are providing the instruction. Now, as I go down, that's it. Yeah, next thing is integrating with knowledge base. So I click on add. I already have a knowledge base which is running, which is done. Okay, so I'll select that healthcare knowledge base. And now knowledge base instructions for agent. This you have to provide. Okay, so I'm giving that instruction here. I have made it ready. So use this knowledge base to answer healthcare related questions accurately and concisely. Fine. And then I go for add. So this will not work because I have not done the things properly. So it might fail because I quickly did and not selected all other options. But yeah, this is how you integrate the knowledge base with your agent. Further, you can also integrate, you can also create the guardrail. Like the previous speaker, he was talking about the guardrail. There was a video which was playing. I just joined and I was watching that a guardrail is there, right? So to block the harmful content and all that. So here you have the option to do that. So I go for Now it will not allow me to do this. So I have not done it correctly. So I will just use the agent which is already there running in my environment, which I have already built. This is the one which is ready. I'll just go ahead with this. Okay. So I click on edit in agent builder and you can see everything which I have shown you, the same thing, agent name, agent description. Yeah, this is the role which I missed to select in my last, which I was walking you through. So select a role. I selected Nova Pro, the same instructions which I read. And then as I go down, I have integrated the knowledge base. I have also created a guardrail. So if I go ahead with edit and I'll show you if I want to create a new guardrail. So I provide a name. Let's say, let me just give some name here so that it will allow me some description and then message for blocked prompt. So you can have a customized message which it will display when it is blocking the blocking certain query, blocking the answer to certain query. Suppose if you ask a question how to hack a computer, surely it is going to block. It's not going to answer that, right? So what kind of response it should provide, that you can specify the message for blocked. And then we go for next. And here we have all the things which we can filter. We can just add deny topic. I don't want it should answer on certain topic. I can add word filter. I can just block the sensitive information. All these filters are there. So like harmful category, I just enable and I can choose one by one: hate, insult, sexual, violence, misconduct, whether I want block or I want just to detect, what action do I want. All that I can define. Prompt attacks. Okay. Content filter. So if I go for next, add deny topic, which topic do I want that it should be denying answer? It should deny answering the question, right? So that also I can specify. So likewise, I can go ahead and I can, just one thing I wanted to show you, PII. So PII type. So here I can go for add PII and I can just choose what PII name, phone number, what it should block. It should not be sharing this sensitive information, right? So I can choose and what action to be taken, masking, blocking, I can just choose. So it's as simple. Just create a guardrail and integrate the guardrail with your agent. So that is what I have done. Already I have guardrail in place. Guardrails are created. So many guardrails are created. So for healthcare also I created and integrated. Now my agent is ready. Okay, so now if I go to agent and if I start putting the question, let's say my question is, what is AI in healthcare? So what it will do, this question, it will try to get the answer from the knowledge base. That is the source, data source file, which I have uploaded in S3. Okay, and then that answer, extracted answer and the query, it submit to the foundation model and then generate the response for that. So let's run that. And so basically it's a model plus RAG. The same Genentech, the case study which I took, I have demonstrated here. So it is now extracting the information from our knowledge base. Let's say I'm putting a question, which let's say what it does, how to access hospital data. Okay, how to access hospital data. Let's see what response does it provide. And it says, sorry, I cannot answer the question due to safety policy, right? So yeah, that is what expected. It should not be answering such questions. So it is blocking. The guardrails are working. Right? So this is how we build the agent. Any questions, anybody? So it's not very difficult. Those who are aware of AWS platform can use this demo and can we customize the model? Yes, of course. That's a good question. We can customize the model by fine tuning it. Ordering. Okay. Can we customize the model? Yes. According to what is that whole question? Can we customize the model according to? No, it's not free. there is a free tier limit available. Now, suppose if you are creating a AWS account, the new free tier account, there is a free tier account provided by AWS. So if you're creating a new free tier account, AWS provides you $100 as credit. So within $100, yeah, you can deploy this project. You can do this. Is it under microservice? No, it is not under microservice. You can deploy your model. Let's say you have built a model for a healthcare. You can deploy a container, but it is not a microservice because it's not an application. You can integrate with the application, and yeah, of course, you can have your application a microservice based application. But this is a model, okay? The characters and words, okay. Because no, the question is not coming full thing. It's like character by character. The question is popping up in the chat. Are you guys able to see, ma'am? Are you able to see the whole question? Because I don't know. For me, it is like character by character is popping up. Demonstrate from side something.
Yes, sir or madam. If you want to ask, you can just
please unmute yourself
and you can ask.
Yeah,
You can
because
ask.
no, the question is not coming up whole thing as
Yeah.
as in the chat. So it's difficult. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, do you think that this AI agent they are working properly, and should we believe on that for their results?
Okay, that's a good question, sir. See, AI agent, think of AI agent as your personal assistant. Whatever you ask the agent to do, it does that. Now it's up to you what instruction do you give to agent, and accordingly the agent work. See, currently the agent which I built was using a foundation model and a RAG, that is a knowledge base, to provide answer or accurate answer to my questions. But we can also integrate the agent with the tools, external tools, APIs, right? Now it is by default, it is not like, let's say I'm asking some question which is the latest information about healthcare, but it will not be able to answer me because it does not have access to the external data, the real world data. Since I have not integrated this with the internet, with tools available on internet. So it is by default, it is my my responsibility to agent in such a way to give a secure access or to provide access to only certain tools which I would want that it should be accessing it, not all the tools. Suppose my agent, I want to use my agent to book a flight ticket for me. I'm giving the details, the source and destination, and I provide that the timing and all. Now, whatever agent I build, I need to ensure that it should be having an access to the airline portal. Okay, which portal it should have access, that is something which I am defining it. So it is under my control. The agent is my slave. I am the boss of that agent. So if we take all the security measures, security procedures, if we follow, it's no harm to use the agentic AI or agents. Okay. Hope that answers
Okay,
your
then
question.
what about accuracy test of the AI agent? Can you elaborate on this?
Accuracy test of AI agent. See, agentic AI can be used in different ways. One is like just for question answering, just like I have built advanced question answering and all that stuff. So I can say the accuracy of agentic AI when you are using with RAG, it is good. It is not, I can't say 100%, but it is close to 100%. I would like to give an analogy here to help you understand this about the accuracy part, right? See, let's say you are writing an exam, a closed book exam. Now, when you read the questions, you will have to answer the question using your knowledge, using the memory, the whatever you have learned. Accordingly, like using your knowledge, you have to answer the question, right? That is your foundation model. That is your large language model, the pre-trained model. Think about that scenario as a pre-trained model. Second scenario wherein you are writing an exam, open book exam. You have been given a book and now you have to write the exam. So what you will be doing it, you will be searching the answer in the book and you will be just copying and pasting it, like manually you will be copying and pasting it. So this is going to be more accurate, and that is nothing but RAG. Have you got my point?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And
Yeah.
see, likewise in Chat GPT, as we see that as newer version is coming, then we are saying that we are getting better results, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
here in terms of this AI agents, just you
Mhm.
said. So is is there scenario like this that uh, Amazon is updating every time the functionalities and updates of AI agents, and whether these will gets automatically updated or we need to update?
No, see, basically, agent is a feature in a Amazon Bedrock service. So Amazon, what it does, it will add new features to Bedrock service and it will enhance the features of agent. This is a service provided by AWS. So it updates the agent, but building an agent is something that is our responsibility that a user does based on your requirement.
Okay, means for AI agent updates happens automatically. Is it okay?
See, agent as a feature of a Bedrock service, updates are done by AWS. But when you are using agent,
Okay.
like currently I deployed the agent, right? So now
Yes.
updating that agent is my responsibility. I use RAG, I kept my data in S3, and now suppose some new data I want that it should use, I have to add the data to S3, I have to update my RAG, right? Knowledge base. That is my responsibility. But the agent as a service is updated by AWS. But when we are using it in for our use case, updating that is our responsibility.
Yeah, inputs to give information is our responsibility. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
And feature updation, it is responsibility of Amazon.
Yeah, you are on the point now. You nailed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
And it was really very nice session. And thank you for delivering this knowledge to us. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to me patiently. And it's a good experience for me also to share my expertise with faculties. So this is like first time I'm sharing with faculties. Otherwise, I just share with students. So it's a good experience for me
Yes.
also.
Yes.
So thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank
But
you, ma'am.
yeah, if any questions are there, you can still post the questions. I'm here for a few more minutes. Thank you so much. I can't see your name. I had planned for a few more questions in Slido, but because of time limit, it's okay. But I believe you enjoyed the Slido questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for the
much.
live demo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. Thanks all. So no questions. So I guess we are good to close then, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Sonal, madam,
Thank
for
you.
such a
Thanks, ma'am.
wonderful session on AI in healthcare.
Ma'am.
But
Thank
I,
you
I
so
must say
much.
it's the vast industry and there is a lot of scope and a lot of things are there. So we all should work together and bring this industry to the next level using the technology. That is what should be our objective.
Yeah, definitely, madam.
And yeah,
Yeah.
encourage our students also because students are like really they can be a change maker in this industry because they have a fresh mind, knowledge, and all that. So definitely we should encourage our students. Thanks all for yeah. So thanks for the opportunity, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much,
Thank you so much.
ma'am, for this informative session.
And thank you, dear participants. Thank you, Joshi, madam, Savage sir.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Sonal.
you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye
Yeah.
bye. We'll catch you
Bye, ma'am.
sometime when
Thank you,
I
madam.
am at Nanded. I don't know from all are from Nanded or some other places also joined.
No, ma'am. They
You have
are all
different.
of them are from different places, ma'am.
Okay, no worries. I'll come to your city. I love traveling.
Yeah.
Okay, see you. Oh, Mumbai, good. Mumbai, Pune. Yeah, I keep visiting these places for delivering training. So surely we'll get in touch sometime. I'm there on LinkedIn also. So you can search me on LinkedIn by Sonal Sada. We'll get connected and then we'll meet sometime. Oh, Uttarakhand, good.
Okay, ma'am. I'm from Pune actually, and
Okay.
I've done my BE from MGM Nanded.
Oh, me too, Nanded alumni. Which batch you
Yeah,
completed?
yeah, 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 ma'am. 2004
Okay.
ENTC engineering.
Okay, I am 1994 pass out.
Yeah, yeah. You are my senior, ma'am.
But we are now on the same level once we become professional. I don't
Yes,
consider
ma'am.
myself senior.
Actually, I'm actually working in Pune in Dole Patil College of Engineering as Dean Research and Development, Pune.
I think we spoke some time back. Did we
Uh,
connect over
yeah,
the WhatsApp sometime back? I don't know. I remember vaguely.
uh, I think that in MGM alumni meet, I think we had talk, I think so.
Okay, okay,
In
fine.
uh,
No
I
worries. We'll
think
meet
in
sometime
Nanded or
somewhere.
in Delhi.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, ma'am.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. We'll meet sometime
Yeah.
somewhere. Let's see. Okay. Till then, take care, guys. Bye bye. Keep
Yes.
learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.